Picture the world before Islam, a world where women were silenced, traded, abandoned, or treated as property. In Rome, she was legally a minor in her father's or husband's house. In Greece, her mind was dismissed, her body objectified, her voice unheard. In India, some widows were burned alive on their husband's funeral pyre. In China, daughters were often unwanted. And in Arabia, newborn girls could be buried alive out of shame. Across nations, across cultures, her story was written by others, not by her. Then came Islam, not as a local reform, but as a revolution. Revelation thundered, "Do not kill your children out of poverty. We provide for you and them." For the first time, a woman's worth was declared independent of men. She was not property, but a person, not a burden, but a blessing. Islam gave her rights the world had denied: inheritance. As a daughter, wife, mother or sister, she has a guaranteed share of wealth, not charity, not a favor. A God-given right, property ownership. She could buy, sell, trade, and keep her earnings. What she owned was hers alone. Marriage choice. She cannot be forced. Consent is her right, and she can seek divorce if the bond is unjust. Education. The Prophet declared that seeking knowledge is an obligation for every Muslim, male and female. That's why women became scholars, teachers, and transmitters of sacred knowledge. But Islam didn't stop at legal rights. It elevated her place in society. The Prophet stood up when his daughter Fatima entered the room, kissed her forehead, and sat her in his place. He said, "The best of you are the best to your women." And he declared that paradise lies under the feet of the mother. The mother was given 3 times more respect than the father when it comes to children's duty of care. In Islam, motherhood is not just biology, it is honor. Islam also gave her protection in the form of hijab, not as a cage, but as a shield. It frees her from being reduced to her body and protects society from endless objectification by lowering the frequency of free mixing between men and women. Islam protected the family, the most essential unit of civilization. It drew boundaries that allow trust, respect, and stability to survive, so families don't dissolve under desire. Non-Muslims often ask about polygamy. Here's the truth. Islam did not introduce polygamy, it existed everywhere, without rules. Men could have unlimited wives and concubines. Islam came and put strict limits, maximum 4, and only with justice. If you can't be fair, the Qur'an says, then marry only one. In times of war, when widows and orphans were left vulnerable, polygamy was a social mercy. It wasn't about men's desires. It was about protecting women and children when no welfare state existed. And even today, the majority of Muslim marriages are monogamous. Polygamy remains the exception, not the rule. So, what did Islam do? It took a world where women were erased and wrote them into history with dignity. It made them scholars, traders, mothers, leaders. It gave them inheritance before Europe even debated it. It gave them divorce rights while other nations chained them. It gave them education when the world blocked their minds. Islam didn't confine women. It freed them. It told the world that her value isn't in her looks, her status, or her wealth. It's in her soul, her faith, and her God-given dignity. This is not a story of restriction. It's a story of revolution. A revolution still echoing across centuries. If this video changed your perspective or taught you something new, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to our channel, invite your friends, and watch more videos to discover Islam. Share this message so others can learn and grow with us. Together, let's spread knowledge and understanding.